From San Juan Capistrano, it's a National Cup final in the girls under 15 category, featuring the Slammers FC and the West Coast FC. On the far side of the field, you see both of the teams coming to the center line, and they are going to sprout along the center circle. Both teams, looks like it's going to be the West Coast Football Club to the left and the Slammer FCs to the right, with the linesman and the center ref bringing the ball to the center of the field. A classic in sports semifinals and finals for the National Cup. And both teams just kind of holding hands and showing their togetherness. They're going to wave to their parents and anybody that's here watching them today, which we have a big network watching today, Fox Sports Net. They're going to be shown later on. Let's get the lineups for both teams. First, for the Slammers FC, their head coach by Ziad Curry. And also Rick Young is one of the assistant coaches. The goalkeeper is Darian Versio. Number 1, outside mid, Lindsey Brown. Number 2, at forward is Natalie Altori. Number 3, at left back is Stephanie Dureg. Number 4, at midfielder is Kaja Goldring. Number 5, at forward is Lauren Kennedy. Number 6, Darian Versio is not, or she is, of course, the goalkeeper. Number 7, Kimberly James at right back. Number 8, Felina Herrera at right back. Number 9, at midfield is Alexandria Peets. Number 10, at right back is Kylie Bono. Number 11, at forward is Samantha Strom. Number 12, at forward is Jaden Barrett. Number 13, who would normally be here, but she got an ACL injury, it's Yvette Martinez. Number 14 at forward is Ariel Rodriguez. Number 15 at right mid is Kylie Doniak. Number 16, who could be a secondary goalie, is Mariah Noguera. And number 17 is Mary Grace Schmidt, the stopper. And number 18 is the sweeper, Jasmine Mendiola. The West Coast Football Club will be going from left to right in the white and blue uniforms, and in the red and black will be Slammers FC. We're set to get underway. Let's get the lineup for West Coast Football Club. The goalkeeper is Jennifer Perry. Number 1 at center forward is Alex Brewster McCollum. Number 2 at defender is Zara Olson. Number 3 at stopper is Megan Miller. Number 4 at midfield is Carly Duarte. Number 5 at forward or midfield is Kirsten Allen. Number 6 at defender or forward is Kirsten Magyar. Number 7, who has an ACL injury, was Taylor Allen. She's not here today. Number 8 at forward is Michelle Loftus. Number 9 at midfielder forward is Katie Moyer. Number 10, who is injured, is Brooke Winklepeck, and she's not here. Number 11, defender Barrett Bastard. Number 12, defender or forward is Katie Sick. Number 13 at midfield is Ariana Lagerborg. Number 14, who's injured, not part of the team today, is Haley Martin. Number 15 at forward or midfield is Mariah Mills. 16 is center mid is Allison Brown. 17 at forward or midfield is Felicia Franco. Number 18 at midfield or defender is Elise Norden. And number 20 at sweeper is Amanda Lobello. The head coach is Platini Sof for the West Coast Football Club. Just waiting for everything as far as the TV scenario to be all accurate and ready to start, and this game will get underway. Beautiful field number 4 here in San Juan Capistrano, right next to Interstate 5. Nice drive coming up here from where we normally reside down in San Diego, California. And the center ref is ready. This one, the title game is underway. Ball goes over to Kimberly James. James down to central. James gets a return pass from Noguera. And now it goes back in their own defensive half. That's Mendiola. To the outside now for Kylie Bono. On to the teammate there is Doniak. Doniak with a run, and it goes out of play and a far side touchline. It'll be a throw in for Zara Olson and a West Coast Football Club. Olsen did a lot of the throw-ins in his semifinal game versus the Arsenal. And we were a part of that one yesterday. A great game in which the West Coast Football Club able to win 2-0. 2 goals on set pieces in the first half, holding up against the Arsenal to get here in the final. And yesterday in the semis, the Slammers FC beating SC Blues 1-0. And one thing about the Slammers, they have not allowed a goal in the tournament, 27-0 as far as goals and goals allowed. So this will be a great final game here. The winner going to Boise, Idaho. Now down to Central for the Slammers. Long ball played into the corner on an 18-yard box, and it goes past the goal line, and it is lastly touched. It looked like Jaden Barrett lastly touched that one out. It'll be a goal kick for West Coast Football Club. Jaden Barrett had a nice run there, but she was marked quite well by West Coast Football Club. And that is one of the things they were able to do yesterday quite well. They marked up very well. They covered for each other into space, and that was one of the reasons why they were so difficult to beat yesterday, and eventually came out with a victory in the end. Now West Coast Football Club. As the ball goes out of play, we have another player added on to the roster of the Slammers, a forward number 13, Sarah Gomez. So when she's running around out there touching that soccer ball, we'll make sure that we mention her name. Here go the Slammers trying to do something down at Central, but stiffening up is West Coast Football Club. Down at Central, Derek Olsen. Wanting to make sure that that ball does not go any further towards her defensive third, and it'll be a throw-in for the Slammers Football Club. No score here in the first opening moments of the first half. Into the 18-yard box. The header over into the corner. Olsen shielding the player away from the soccer ball. And then getting it to her teammate, but it was blocked. And now they have it momentarily, but they won't be able to do anything with it.
Go, keep working out there, Slammers!
The Slammers FC, one of the things the Arsenal had a hard time doing is getting good quality chances, and the Slammers so far have managed to keep the soccer ball in the defensive half of the West Coast Football Club. Overcast here in the morning in San Juan Capistrano. Well, more than likely the sun will come out later. It's one of the part of that May gloom type scenarios. Now in the attacking area, but getting over there quickly is Jasmine Mendiola. And a counterattack. Gomez. Sarah Gomez. Still on a soccer ball. Now the service into the box. The header. Trying to get another player onto it. And the save is made. Jennifer Perry had to find where that soccer ball was at, as one of her teammates was trying to mark the attacker and was doing it well, but somehow that ball was still live, and she had to make sure that she secured it that time. Good job by Jennifer Perry finding the soccer ball, and as a keeper, you better be able to do that quite well, especially if you want to get your team into the final like today. And coming down at Central is going to be a foul against the West Coast Football Club. It'll be a free kick for the Slammers FC. Now here's their set piece try with the ability here to score.
Hardliner, let's go.
Nogueira, Mariah Nogueira now, one of the, probably the tallest player on the field, with a blast. It's broken up, and they get it upfield. Slammers now. Nogueira, a service looking for her teammate there, Jaden Barrett, but too much pace on that one. And surely she will be trying that one with a lot less pace, trying to connect with her striker there. Still no score here in the first half. Met there by Barrett Bastard. Bastard doesn't hold on to it long. Nogueira to the wide side now. Get a teammate to run onto it. Couldn't hold on to it long enough, so they're in the back. West Coast Football Club gets it and gets it up the field. You can just see out on the field the talent of these two girls under 15 teams. And you look at them and they're talent-wise and you say, wow, they got to be older than that, but they are not. And that just belies the greatness of this tournament and the ability to play the game of soccer and what lies in the future for the great national team. Into space, that ball driven, and then quickly, Slammers FC, they don't fool around with it in their own defensive third very long, and they get it out of play. Here they come up again. Meeting the ball at the point. Nogueira. But that ball, Magyar driving it over into the corner. And so now, they're going to move up a little bit. Will West Coast FC. Magyar into space, couldn't hold on to it. Her teammate, Bastard, gets a touch and gets it over for 1 second there to Allison Brown, but she couldn't hold on to it. Both teams will not allow you to fool around with the ball too long. They're going to challenge and try to take it away from you. So in the final here, you're going to see players that need to know what they want to do with the soccer ball in a hurry. Otherwise, they'll be dispossessed. That ball was a ball a little bit wide of the net. Jaden Barrett tried it anyway to see what she could do. More than anything, putting things into the mind of Jennifer Perry. And now here her teammates come, and this time you try to coordinate something a little bit better, but that does not work as it's headed upfield. One of the things that Platini Soph will do is he will substitute freely his players, keep fresh players on the field. Ziad Curry, will see how he decides to play that same scenario, as they were able to match the energy level of the other team all throughout. And it made it very tough in the semifinals for them to have the opportunity, the Arsenal have that opportunity to win the game. And driven in the back, the keeper, Versio, the header, and now into the midfield area. Jaden Barrett working hard there in the central, able to get it off of the foot of a West Coast FC player, and now she throws it in. Derek gets a return pass. Stephanie, and a foul. Into central. Barrett.
Hey, let's go, girls, get it in.
Creating another situation offensively for her team. She's been active here in this first half for the Slammers FC. Derrick into the box on a bounce, a couple of bounces, and then finally Perry able to make the save. Not a tough one for Jennifer. Driving in on a couple of bounces all the way up to the center of the field, and a foul, and it'll be a throw-in for West Coast FC. Zara Olsen will take it. Olsen on the far side. Gets her teammate to drive it toward the box. And Versio has to come out and make the save at the top portion of the 18-yard box. Still no score in the first half between the Slammers FC and the West Coast Football Club, the final of the Nationals Cup. Here's Versio, comes off the line and makes a save. And Versio, in the way that she came and slid, she is not feeling good right now. And there'll be a timeout on the field as they want to look at Versio. Awkward, no score. We'll be right back. The keeper coming out to make the save, and she gets up on her own 2 feet, and we don't know the nature of the injury, but looks like she's going to stay in the contest. So Darian gonna stay tough in this one. Off the hitter, Noguera.
Hey, let's go now. Let's play back now. Let's go.
The ball goes out of play on the near side. Touchline, Kimberly James will throw it in. James gets it into the box. But right there is the blue and white West Coast FC. Marking well. Into space. Chasing. Barrett trying to make a turn. Barrett wanting to use her speed, but staying right there with her that time was Elise Norden. Elise not wanting her to turn the corner and deliver a pass. Mendiola, Jasmine will take it with the CK here. No score here in the first half. Working our way midway through. Mendiola, service into the box. Takes a bounce, and one of the defenders for West Coast FC was able to keep it from going any further in the 6-yard box here. Good defense by West Coast FC. Derrick. Stephanie Derrick and into the 18-yard box and driven up the central. Grace Schmidt had met it there in the central there. She's number 17. Doniak on a far side. Trying to apply pressure and a foul. Or rather, the ball went out of play, so it's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in for the Slammers FC. Off the header by the Slammers, intercepted by West Coast FC. And on the far side, you see there, Loftus trying to get it to her teammates, but that didn't last long. As I mentioned before, you're not going to be able to hold on to the ball long as both teams able to mark each other very, very well. And as I mentioned before also, they're going to challenge each other. They anticipate well. They don't let the ball play them, they play the ball. And that's why they're here in the championship game at a Nationals Cup. One of them will gain more action along the West Coast in the state of Boise, Idaho, with the championship in this one. Off the free kick, Kylie Bono trying to get a run, but that ball was more to the outside, and it just basically went past that far side touchline. And so now Zara Olsen will throw it in. Olsen and her team trying to get some offense going. In the first half yesterday, they were able to put a couple on the board off of set pieces, but the Slammers FC not allowing them a lot of opportunities in the offensive area. The throw in from the Slammers on the far side. Running on to it quickly there is Mariah Mills, but Mills couldn't hold on to it long as she was marked well. Out of play. Far side touchline throw in for the Slammers. Noguera down to central, looking for her teammate. A little bit too far. She was looking for Kimberly James. Kennedy now with it. Kennedy over to Mary Grace Smith. And then back up the field. Onto it now, Kylie Bono. Coming down is Sarah Gomez at a save! My Perry.
Come on, baby!
Perry able to handle that action coming right at her. Initiated by Sarah Gomez. Showing her speed, weaving inside that 18-yard box. Now back down the field. Retreating back is Mendiola. Driving it upfield, but it's going to be a throw-in for the white and blue of the West Coast Football Club. And let's see what they can do from an offensive standpoint. You just saw the Slammers get very close and challenge for a goal there about a minute ago. Still no score in the first half of play. Greg Porter along with George Langevin today. George Langevin Video Sports Productions. Happy to be with you from San Juan Capistrano, the Nationals Cup. And in the deep back, the Slammers FC on the soccer ball. Trying to get it out of their own half of the field. And they can do that very quickly. But as soon as they try to, West Coast FC able to win it. On the near side, and out of play, it'll be a throw-in. Center ref saw that one. But nice hustle anyway by Barrett Bastard on the near side. West Coast FC. One of the things that talented players will do, they won't wait for the refs to make the call. They're going to go ahead and play anyway. And then when they hear the call, then that's when they will stop. Noguera to the outside now, getting it to Doniak. Doniak down the central and met with resistance there. Not able to get past the doorstep of the 18-yard box. West Coast FC in the center circle. They don't hold on to it long as the challenge is a good one by the Slammers FC. Mary Grace Smith and company. Trying to get a ball out to the wide. Just a little bit short. Elise Norden there. Norden on the near side. Norden stops her direction and trying to get somebody to run onto it. At midfield, didn't get it. And it'll go to the outside. Olsen. Her pass, and now a heel pass in. Work to the outside. Beautiful by West Coast FC. Now they're getting the passing game going, and just a little bit too much on the ball there. And they're on to the soccer ball again now. Chip into the 18-yard box, but nobody there.
JJ, turn it inside.
Good little sequence for West Coast FC. One of the better ones they've had in the game so far. Barrett trying to make a play, dispossessed, and now to the wide side. And that pass by Magyar. Slammers FC looking for somebody to run onto it at midfield, and they do. With the 0-0 ball game coming down the middle, Sarah Gomez with the speed, being a challenge again. West Coast FC staying with a soccer ball and taking away from Gomez. However, now on it is Kimberly James. James accelerates and takes a shot and save. James was open for a moment and took the shot, but all of that work was by Sarah Gomez, where the ball finally ended up over to James, and James was able to take the shot. But Jennifer Perry saw it well and had no problems with it. And a foul, and it's going to be a free kick. Got substitutions coming in for the West Coast Football Club at the far side of the substitutions. Both teams.
Come on, Slammers, let's go, pick it up.
Mariah Mills coming out of the contest. And since they don't have numbers on their shorts, we'll wait and see who the player is that came in when she turns around. And if not, we will definitely mention her name as she touches that soccer ball. I believe it's number 9, and that's Katie Moyner. Into the corner, Slammers FC. Again, getting into the box now. And quickly it goes out of the box. They aren't allowed to stay there very long. Good defense by the West Coast Football Club. Noguera, but then here's the shot and it is wide. Still staying with the idea and attacking third. As many players as possible to at least try to take a shot and maybe catch Jennifer Perry not realizing where that shot is coming from and try to slip one in the back of the net. Great action in the girls under 15 here at the Nationals Cup, the finals. Slammers FC on it now. Doniak. Kylie Doniak want to go to the outside to her teammate. Kylie Bono. Bono being marked heavily over there, and they lose possession of it. Zara Olsen drives it upfield but couldn't connect with her teammates, so now it's going to be a throw-in for the Slammers FC. Mary Grace Smith throwing it in. Far side touchline. Down to central. Noguera. Another touch. Staying after it, Jaden Barrett. And Barrett could not can keep possession of it in a throw-in. Along the near side, and the West Coast FC is going to see what they can do to try to move it up the field. Bastard not able to control it that time. Had too much pace on it, and so it'll be a throw-in.
There's a story. The two goalkeepers were born a day apart. At Newport Beach Hope Hospital, I met the mom. I'm the mom of one. I met the mom in Lamaze class. We were friends for a couple of years after that. Now they're both playing against each other in the state cup. That's a story.
Hey, Miss Perry.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Your girlie's doing good.
And that ball goes out of play. Trying to go after it that time was Jaden Barrett. Still no score in the first half. Interesting story just told to me that both the goalkeepers were actually born in Newport Hospital, and now later on here they're playing the finals against each other. Interesting story. Small world, I can tell you that much. Slammers FC coming in with substitutions, and the West Coast Football Club coming in with substitutions. And we'll mention their names as they touch that soccer ball. There's no doubt about that. Now, retreating back is Jasmine Mendiola. Mendiola looking for a teammate, intercepted there. And it's central now. Loftus going to turn and push it out to the wide to Langerborg. Langerborg does not hold on to it long enough, so the Slammers intercept and send it upfield. Here come the Slammers, pushing it up at midfield. Now in the defensive half of the West Coast Football Club, but they always have somebody come up and make a play. Not afraid to come to the soccer ball. And one of the things that West Coast FC has to be careful of is allowing more quality chances. Here's Gomez looking for that chance, but she's being marked well. Marked very well that time by Elise Norden. Norton stayed with Sarah Gomez all the way that time. And it works in favor of West Coast FC as they don't allow Sarah Gomez another dangerous chance. It's pretty easy to see why the Slammers FC have gotten to this point and are able to shut people out, as they have not allowed West Coast FC a lot of time or touches in the attacking half of the field. They've spent more time in the defensive half of West Coast FC. Slammers got here in a round of 32 by beating Jusa 5-0 in a round of 16. They beat the Blast FC 6-0. Then in the quarterfinals, they beat the Eagles FC 7-0. And then in the semifinal yesterday, they beat the SC Blues 1-0. Jennifer Perry will handle this one. Long distance try, no problem for Jennifer. Off of a bounce, drives it up to midfield. Off the hitter there by Mary Grace Smith. She has a gold ring. Goldring looking for a teammate in the outside. Didn't get one, but Goldring gets this ball back. Goldring working it over there to Strom. Strom working to the outside now. You got a teammate to run onto it, but it's broken up. West Coast FC, they are on a soccer ball now, their own defensive half. However, Goldring goes back into space to get it. Goldring now on a soccer ball, but they can't do anything with it as Goldring gives it away to Brown, and they go upfield. Does West Coast FC? Can they continue upfield? To play defense has definitely been a thing on their mind, and the Slammers FC want to continue to put that on their mind in this game. And at some point, it'll begin to be a situation where you won't be able to make the plays you want to make. From an offensive standpoint, and the other team will find the combination to get past your defense and put one in the back of the net. Still no score, though. On the other side of the coin, Platini Soph hoping that his team continues to show such strong defense that the Slammers begin to take some extra gambles, and then maybe they can find a way to get that ball upfield and be able to put it in the back of the net. Lindsey Brown driving it into the corner for a run by Strom, and Strom will not get to it, but she'll have a throw, or her team will have a throw in. Brown will throw it in. Over there to Gomez.
Let's go, right here now, let's go.
And it's going to be a corner kick past the goal line. Slammers FC, an opportunity here, the set piece. But before that happens, substitutions are going to be taking place. Michelle Loftus is coming out of the contest. And also Ariana Lagerborg is coming out of the contest. Two fresh players for this CK. And they are not going to be in the box. They're going to be up here, upfield, in the box. And, well, the try for the box, but it's on top of the net. So not very accurate that time for the Slammers.
Next one, Lindsay. Come on, girl. You can't waste opportunities like that, huh?
Alex Brewster McCollum is into the contest for West Coast FC. Going to be a goal kick. Up the field, intercepted that time by Samantha Strong. And over to the near side, Gomez hustling after it. Lastly, touched off the body of a West Coast football club player. And so now they get to throw it in to the Slammers. Mariah Mills was the other substitution that came in for the West Coast Football Club, and now it is going to be another corner kick. Let's see what they do this time. The Slammers. Lindsey Brown. Celebration on the other field just adjacent to us. Somebody must have scored. Bending ball. Very accurate, but getting up to get it was West Coast FC. Good defensive play at a 6-yard box. And now they have to worry about retreating again, and that one not quite accurate enough for Sarah Gomez to run onto, and Jennifer Perry will drive it up the field. Still no score in the first half. 0-0, looking at a potential 0-0 score at halftime. And the way this game is going, don't think there won't be any kind of overtime, because there definitely will be if it continues in this way. Same thing that happened yesterday in the semifinal game for the Slammers against the SC Blues. To the outside now, Doniak. Doniak with a nice run. Doniak accelerating, looking for a player, but there was a beautiful wall by West Coast FC. And a challenge. And center rep says play on. Mariah Mills on the far side. And a foul is going to be called. So it's going to be a free kick. Slammers FC. They've had the most of the attacking chances in this game. But they have not been able to get it in the back of the net yet.
In the box, Millie.
Sarah Gomez is coming out of the game. And also her teammate is coming out of the game, Kylie Doniak. So 2 fresh players into the contest for the Slammers. Head coach Ziad Corey making sure that he gets some fresh players in. Number 2, Natalie Alatorre. Into the 18-yard box. Slammers. And they don't get a secondary try at it. Of course, we will mention every player as they touch that soccer ball if we missed one of the substitutions. The throw in on the near side, and now the West Coast Football Club. You see players running at full blast and sliding again. Lots of moisture on the ground because of the precipitation in the air. But this is a beautiful field right here, field number 4. San Juan Capistrano, the Nationals Cup championship game. Still no score as we work our way towards halftime. But the Slammers are on their own defensive third. And West Coast getting one of their few chances here to try to attack. Off the header, Noguera. Nice ball with nice pace, played to Lindsey Brown, and Brown to her teammate there, Alatorre, and then now in the 18-yard box, but they can't get that next key try. And so Jennifer Perry, upfield, Noguera missed it. Mariah Mills on the run. Mills on the outside. Looking for a teammate, but nobody there. There was 4 players there for Slammers FC, and nobody in the white. Set pieces were the things that worked very, very well for West Coast FC, but they're not getting that opportunity today. And so other than that, they're fit to be tied. It was that way yesterday, and it's that way today here in the first half. Time running out in the first half. for either team to put one on the board. Who has the stamina left to do it? We'll see. And a foul into space. Barrett Bastard. A nice action there in the space, creating a situation for her team. Allison Brown going to take this free kick. Again, the set pieces have been the thing that's worked for West Coast FC to get them to the championship game. What will they make out of this one here in the title game? Start, a nice bending ball. Bunch of players there, but they can't get anybody to possess it. Now they do. Driven back toward the 18-yard box. The keeper not holding on to it, and then she grabs it. Darian Versio. And a yellow card is issued. So the first caution of the game. And Versio able to make the save, but she is still smarting from the earlier injury. And that might have affected her being able to hold on to that soccer ball. We'll see. West Coast FC trying to get a runner there that time. Alex Brewster McCullum down to center. But that time that ball was intercepted, sent back upfield. Good defense. Into the 18-yard box and running full speed to try to keep it in. And they do. Beautiful hustle by Lindsey Brown. Brown into the box. The top of the box now for the Slammers. Shot is blocked. And West Coast FC defending their 18-yard box well and getting it out of there. Mariah Mills. Off the 50-50 ball run down, West Coast FC. Couldn't quite get Alex Brewster McCullum to run onto it. Ball had just a little bit too much pace. There's Olsen getting it out of danger.
Let's go!
To where now they can set it up. Their defensive positioning mindset for the Slammers. Trying it again. Got a whistle that time. That one's going to work against Alex Brewster McCullum. And so it's going to be a free kick for the Slammers FC. Mary Grace Smith with a free kick. Showing a strength of foot into the box, and a header. And that one goes past the goal line. Noguera getting up in the air, showing her ability to meet that ball at a point where she can bring it down and put it in the back of the net. And no doubt, you saw her creeping up a little bit more. Maybe that's the thing that's going to happen more in the second half. And it's going to be a foul. Free kick. All the way down towards the 18-yard box. And now it's going to be a free kick. As both teams a little physical here in the last minute or so. One yellow card already been issued. Up in the air. Noguera couldn't get to it, but her teammates had it momentarily, but it got taken away by West Coast FC. They win it at midfield. Still trying to get it across midfield. And they fouled in that attempt. And it'll be a free kick for the Slammers. Slammers, Mary Grace Smith going to take it. Probably about 10 yards or so further than she was a couple minutes ago. Off the header, and it is headed out. It was looking like it was going to go to Samantha Strong, but she didn't quite get to it. It's a little bit too high for her. She jumped as high as she could that time into space. Very good soccer game played today here in the championship. And that is the end of the first half. Both teams playing very, very well early in the day. And that's not an easy thing to do either. And it's going to get even more heated up in the second half, so don't go anywhere. No, 0-0 score at halftime between the Slammers FC and the West Coast Football Club. And we'll be right back with the second half in just a moment. Action set to get underway here in San Juan Capistrano, the Nationals Cup for 2006. This is Region 4, and the winner will go on to Boise, Idaho. Going from right to left is West Coast Football Club, and the Slammers Football Club will be going from left to right. 0-0 in the first half. And we will see what both teams have decided to do to try to get something on a scoreboard here in the second half. On the far side, Jaden Barrett and company trying to gather it. Barrett at midfield. They've moved Barrett back a little bit toward the midfield area, as she was up forward before. Maybe to try to get a better run, and trying to dart around a player there that time. Kylie Doniak. And it's going to be a yellow card. Zara Olsen getting the yellow card. And the player injured, kind of walking it off, and she trying to make a move, and Olsen was feeling that maybe it was just one of those accidents that happened, but either way, the yellow card comes out. Mary Grace Schmidt looking for a teammate to run onto it, but it comes to the other team, and they're able to head it out of the central of the box. Throwing it in is Doniak, who was injured on that last play. Jaden Barrett, and a goal! It just takes a little bit for the Slammers to find an opening, and they have the lead here early in the second half.
Strong, girl.
Jennifer Perry tried to keep that one from going in a net, but it was too good of a shot. It had a lot of spin on it. It went off the hands of Perry and into the net. And a goal. Jaden Barrett. And Barrett was accelerating into the corner of that 6-yard box, and that was one of the reasons why she was able to get it in the net. And it's going to be a throw-in. And so now it is on the West Coast Football Club, even though there's plenty of time here in the second half, to try and find a way to get the equalizer. Ziad Corey making the adjustment, and his coaching staff on the other side, and that adjustment paid off. Doniak. In the back. Both teams have been very strong defensively. And it takes a very, very fast play, one that kind of overwhelms the defenders in order to make something happen. And that was the one that put the tally on the board for the Slammers. West Coast with the ability to put it in the back of the net on set pieces, and that's one of the things they're going to have to try and do. Try and see if they can get some set pieces here to work their magic. But another factor in that is the Slammers FC would not have allowed a goal, in this tournament up to this point if they weren't very good at defending set pieces, and that's a thing that they're able to make it tough for the opposition to do. So it's going to be watching that for West Coast FC. That's going to be the trick here in the second half. Going to be a throw-in. Sarah Gomez. Or actually, that wasn't Sarah Gomez throwing it in. It was Ariana Lagerboard throwing it in. West Coast FC throws it in again. Intercepted by the Slammers. Here's one struck over towards the 18-yard box, and that's going to work against the Slammers. I hear that it was a handball on the play, so it'll be a free kick. Free kick for West Coast FC. I mentioned those set pieces. What will they do with it today? Allison Brown. One teammate with the wall that's set up by the Slammers. And the rest of the players are spread out. Brown, too high. She just tried it over the wall. Nice attempt. It's one of those things you get better at as you get older. Be able to deposit it over that wall and into the back of the net. In the last World Cup 4 years ago, the Germans very good at that. Olsen. In fact, I mentioned the German national team 4 years ago. Thing that made them so good towards getting to the final was the fact also that they were able to do well on set pieces. World Cup coming up here within a month. Lots of games played. No sport has as many games played for their big championship as soccer does and a World Cup. Doniak on a run. Doniak. Her pass is intercepted all the way up the field. Doniak would have loved that one to trickle in there in that 6-yard box for one of her teammates to try to give them a 2-0 lead. Kennedy in the corner.
Come on, girls.
Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in near the CK area. Doniak strikes it into the 6-yard box, but it doesn't last there long. West Coast FC gets it out of play, out of that 6-yard box. And up the field. Chasing after it, Loftus. Teammate following her up is Lagerborg. And Lagerborg is going to throw it in. Magyar had a quick touch, but that didn't last long. And they have a run going on the far side. Gomez sees too much pace on it. Jaden Barrett coming to it there was Lagerborg and driving it out of play the far side touchline. 1-0, the Slammers Football Club leads here in the Nationals Championship game on Mother's Day 2006. It goes out of play, and the Slammers will throw it in. An overcast day, and this game will probably be played under the overcast before the sun comes out. Earlier, around halftime, it looked like that might happen, but I'm not so sure about that. Throw in by the Slammers FC. Off the header from West Coast. The Slammers will throw it in again. Looking for Noguera that time. She couldn't get to it. And then it goes off the foot of her teammate, Sarah Gomez, that'll throw in for West Coast. So Ariana will have a chance to throw it in again. Lagerborg gets it to her teammate to touch it, but then they give it away to the Slammers. Here are the Slammers at a central. On it, Kennedy. Here, Kennedy chasing after it. Trying to show her speed, but she overran it, and the West Coast able to intercept and send it upfield. Knocked out by Kylie Bono, not allowing that ball to get further behind her, and West Coast to do something with it. Zara Olsen will throw it in for West Coast. From the near side touchline, Olsen gets it to midfield. But now running on to it is Derrig. But standing tall there was Megan Miller. However, now they win it and send it over for a run of Lauren Kennedy, but that had too much pace on it. Kennedy watches it go out of play here in the near side touchline. Zara Olsen will throw it in. Olsen looking for a run by her teammate there, Loftus, and Loftus has it. Loftus slams it off of a Slammers player, and it goes the other way. Here is Doniak trying to make a move, but Olsen was there. And it goes over to Kennedy. Kennedy now. Kennedy heading toward the box, and it goes off for Olsen and out of play. Good defensive play into space by Zara Olsen. Otherwise, Kennedy had a very accurate chance there. Still 1-0, the Slammers lead. But they have a corner kick now. Taking it is Stephanie Derrig. Derrig bends it with the left foot. Gets Barrett onto it that time. But it was already past the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for the blue and white.
Hey, let's keep it here now, huh?
1-0 your score. Jennifer Perry setting it up for a teammate to take it.
17 White is out.
Substitution for West Coast. Felicia Franco comes out of the contest. And they get Harley Duarte into the contest. She was the one who scored the 2 goals in the semis and hasn't really had an opportunity to do much with it today. But she's back in to try now here in the second half. But you need lots of players to have contributions, key contributions, to get to the finals. And that is what both teams have had. And on that given day, you don't know who it's going to be that's going to make the big play. And so far, Jaden Barrett has made that big play for the Slammers on the run. Standing tall that time was the sweeper, Amanda Lobello, getting it upfield. Mary Grace Smith directing it. And now on the near side, Slammers. Kylie Bono. Bono to Doniak. Beautiful play by Duarte coming over there. A nice challenge there into space.
Come on, let's get it done.
And Duarte not allowing
Let's get it done right here, girl.
a big chance there by the Slammers.
Stay out the time, buddy.
No substitutions at the current time. Corner kick. Stephanie Derrig. Derrig bends it and gets Barrett onto it this time. Got another teammate, and then it was off the body of one of the West Coast players and comes all the way up the field. And they're going to redirect their offense the other side of the field. Looking for Gomez. Gomez on it now. Gomez dispossessed into space. Beautiful play by Lagerborg. Gets it to her teammate upfield. And that is Loftus. But it can't hold on to it. So now here's Barrett again. Barrett trying to play that ball into the 18-yard box, but it is met there before it gets to the box. The defenders have played well here in these last 2 days for West Coast. Zara Olsen is the stopper, Megan Miller, Kirsten Magyar, Barrett Bastard and company, Katie Sick, Amanda Lobello for West Coast. The other side of the ledger, Mendiola, Mary Grace Smith, Herrera, Bono, James, and Derrig have done a fine job for the Slammers. And here they come, the Slammers. Doniak. And then that ball heads back upfield to midfield. James. Kimberly James on a dribble. Kimberly James gets it, or trying to get it to Gomez, but shielded away from the play. And cleaning it up there was Lobello. Alex Brewster McCollum, and she will get her a chance here as her teammate was able to have that ball off of one of the Slammers and a throw in. Couldn't get to it that time.
Nice job, Stephanie. Come on, Sarah.
Here's Gomez. Gomez runs by 2 players. Gomez couldn't get by the third one with the soccer ball. As coming over there, Zara Olsen. Boy, has she been valuable. As her teammates in the back. Even though she has a yellow card, still making the play. It'll be substitutions. And we will mention those as they touch that soccer ball. From the corner, and just coming out was Perry. Perry coming off her line, engaging that one well. Did not want a second try.
Take your time.
Noguera getting it over there to Doniak. Noguera down to Central. Barrett slamming it off of one of the legs of the West Coast Football Club, and it goes over to Perry to drive it down. Noguera, and they say she had to foul. Free kick. Amanda Lobello, the sweeper, driving it up in the attacking area, and now it's going to work against West Coast. And their chance there. And actually, they were offsides on the play. It's going to be a free kick. Free kick here in the second half, 1-0. The Slammers Football Club leads West Coast Football Club here in the championship game of the Nationals. About halfway through now. And the Slammers trying to hold this one up for the title. Kylie Doniak against Zara Olsen. Olsen trying to keep it in. And it is knocked. It stays in. Bono now. Trying to continue the passing game on the Slammers. Kylie Bono now will give way to her teammate to throw it in. And the other Kylie Doniak throwing it in. Into the corner, Zara Olsen able to get the Slammers to put it past the near side touchline, and so Zara Olsen will throw it in. Olsen and her team down by 1. Doniak directs it toward the box. Looking for Gomez, but she didn't get to it, as West Coast does. Up the Central, standing tall, meeting the ball there was Mendiola, the sweeper. For the Slammers, West Coast now. Dwardy wanted to get to that one, but she ran into the Slammer player and fell down. But now here's another try. Mendiola standing tall. And a beautiful ball there. I think that was Doniak being able to intercept it and send it back the other way. Barrett to the outside, now to Brown. Brown over the net. Lindsey Brown with a try. Just missed, making it a 2-0 score. And West Coast breathes a sigh of relief.
Good work, Mary.
3 players, fresh players coming in. Latini Soph did a lot of substituting yesterday, especially in the second half. Number 11 now to the contest. As one of the 3 players, Barrett Bastard, and we'll mention the other ones as they touch that soccer ball. Bastard and company had to retreat back to try to make a tough chance that time, and they just did. Perry making the save on that shot by Lauren Kennedy. Mendiola keeping it from going into the box. Slammers in their own defensive third. Send it up to midfield. Kennedy trying to win it, and it's going to go against Kennedy. So a free kick for West Coast. Working on declining minutes here in the second half. but they are only down by 1 score. Can they tie it or go ahead? Amanda Lobello, a set piece try, one of the things that they work well, at least here in the last couple of days. Not going to get possession of it, and here goes Gomez. Gomez down to central and taken away. Barrett Bastard doing a fine job at his central to keep that ball from getting behind her. Lobello overran it that time, and it goes over to Brown. Brown now going to send into the corner, but Perry doesn't want to fool around with Jaden Barrett bearing down and gets it out of play. She could not touch it with her hands, as you saw there. She kicked it out. Jaden Barrett, and it's blocked. Past the goal line, it'll be a CK. So corner kick for the Slammers, who lead by a goal. Would love to have an insurance one here.
We can do it, West Coast. Everybody get in there.
Slammers with a CK. Bending into the dangerous area, but it's blocked by West Coast up the field. And then a blast, and this one will go way past the net. A lot of these players playing for their high school teams. And surely their high school teams are happy to have them. They're only going to be that much better.
13 white is out.
Ariana Lagerboard coming out of the contest for West Coast, and her replacement will mention her as that soccer ball is touched here in this Nationals Championship game. On the near side, Zara Olsen trying to keep it in. Couldn't that time at midfield. Kylie Bono. Coming over to it is Franco. Bounces around. Slammers driving into the corner for Kennedy. Coming down, here's Jaden Barrett, and Barrett can't do anything when Lobello was there. Strong at the top of the box. Few challenges again. And it's going to be a foul off that last challenge as Gomez goes down. Free kick.
Okay, we can do this, West Coast.
Kylie Doniak
Come on.
will try and see if she can put it in the back of the net or a deflection to one of her teammates. West Coast jumping up over that box and a save by Perry. Perry getting up in the air to knock it away. Otherwise, it would have been 2-0. Beautiful save by Jennifer Perry to keep it a 1-0 score. The Slammers, another try though. Corner kick. They'll try it again. Barrett. And she was past the goal line, and it is a big opportunity thwarted by West Coast, and their keeper was the one that made the big play. Gomez trying to get to it, but Lobello shows the courage and gets to it first. The header to the far side with time running down here in the game. maybe 12 minutes left to go. Still plenty of time for West Coast to tie it if they can. But as time goes on, it's one of the things that they have to worry about. Is Zara Olsen bearing down on Versio. And Versio able to come out and make the play. Darian doing a fine job after being injured in the first half. Here's a shot at a save by Perry. And Perry now will drive it down. Both teams having quick tries here in the moments of the game. Midfield. Noguera. Down the field. Over to Perry, and Perry drives it upfield, and is still kept in by the Slammers. And a foul. It'll be a free kick. Driving it past midfield. Loftus, her teammates trying to collect it here. Franco can't get the extra touch. Thing they were able to do yesterday, cannot do today. But Olsen playing tough and keeping that ball. And it's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in now for the Slammers. Into the corner now. Bastard. Lobello. Loftus. Olsen. Jaden Barrett going down on the last one off the 50-50 ball, and it goes out of play.
Hey, come on, man.
West Coast making some coordinated plays here, and it looks like there's going to be substitutions on the far side for the Slammers. Lindsey Brown comes out, who's been playing well, and same thing with number 13, Sarah Gomez. They're going to get a breather. And two fresh players come in. We'll mention their names as they touch that soccer ball. Jaden Barrett. Be a throw in for the Slammers. Leading 1-0 here. Maybe about 10 minutes left to go. Kennedy weaving her way over to Barrett. Barrett now gets it out to her teammate, Peets. Peets to the outside to Herrera. Herrera trying to make the next move but cannot, as a beautiful slide tackle into space. Katie Sick. Into the corner, Lauren Kennedy and Lobello, and it's Perry to make the play. Jennifer Perry coming out, knowing that Lauren Kennedy is coming in her eyesight, and decides to stop that ball from being a potential pass. Beautiful decision by the keeper, going back the other way now, as the Slammers have to play defense. West Coast now into space. Getting Mariah Mills for a run. Mills has her teammate. And it is knocked out of play past the goal line. And it'll be a corner kick. West Coast knowing what to do in his set pieces, and this is one of those chances that they have to make good on for a quality chance. Latini So says, I want to score. But if they don't score, it has to be a quality chance to get it a positive thing in their minds. Because time is running out. The CK, will it be long enough to get it in the box? It won't be. Jaden Barrett chasing it down. Jaden Barrett has showed the hustle in this game. at any position that they have put her at. And it has created problems for West Coast in this game. The speed of Jaden Barrett and Gomez and some others have really created the problems for West Coast to be able to do some of the things they'd like to do. This one in the 18-yard box. It bounces around. Lobello can't get to it, but it's up in the air, and it'll go past the goal line. Lobello was there, but she just couldn't get to it to try to get a very good shot on Varcio. So it's going to be a goal kick. Just a few minutes or so left to go
6 minutes.
in the Nationals Championship here.
6 minutes.
And San Juan Capistrano with Fox Sports Net doing their thing. Others with the video cameras here. And we're here for the championship game also to see who's going to go to Boise. With the header, Noguera. Noguera still on the ball, but dispossessed. Zara Olsen working it to the wide, trying to get a runner, but getting back there is Derrick. Derrick making a big play to get back there that time. I mentioned she's one of the defenders for the Slammers who played outstanding in this tournament. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes left to play, but another set piece for West Coast. Michelle Loftus. See what they do with it this time. It's up in the air, looking for a header, can't get it. They still hold on to it though. Here's Olsen. Players chasing her, and it goes to the wide side of the field. Now here's Loftus attacking, a shot, a pass, down, in the middle, a save, a shot again, a save again, and a beautiful play by the Slammers. How did they keep it out of the net? But they did. That is how they have gotten here to the finals and showed they will not give up a goal. As West Coast was buzzing around like bees, trying to make it happen. And it did not go in the back of the net. Amazing defense by the Slammers. And that might be the single play that carries them on to Boise, Idaho. You can't have more players than that in a 6-yard box to try to put it in the back of the net. And the Slammers found a way to keep it out of there. Darian Versio, the goal kick. Versio upfield. May be the last quality chance that time for West Coast. But Platini so hopes it is not. He hopes there's something still left in the tank. Another big chance. Clock running against West Coast Football Club. And now the Slammers on a run. Being marked by 2 players is Kennedy. And Lobello takes it away. Pass Barrett. Over to Noguera. Noguera still holds on to it. Good change of direction by Noguera and sends it into the corner. Noguera. Mariah, beautiful decision that time, going the other way. And it eats time off the clock. Kimberly James to Barrett. Barrett sends it to the box. The save is made by Perry. Perry wanting to get a lot of air on the ball, wanting somebody to run onto it, but maybe not. As Olsen tried for it, can't keep it in. Moments left in the championship game here at San Juan Capistrano and the girls under 15. Leaving the contest is Lauren Kennedy. And we'll see who comes in. Going to be a throw-in now on the near side touchline. 1-0. The Slammers holding on to a slim lead, just like they were able to win the game yesterday, 1-0. Into space. Olsen directing it to the central, wanting to get a runner onto it, and that is Mills. Mills with acceleration. Mills around one player and two, and then loses it. Mills wanted that extra chance, but it's knocked out by Mary Grace Smith. In a corner. Couple of minutes left maybe. Official time being left on the field with the center ref in his watch. Corner kick for West Coast. In the box, the header, they get a couple of them. But it bounces around and goes past the goal line. And another opportunity thwarted again by the Slammers. Substitution, and maybe the last one of the game. When it happens. 1-0. A beautiful game being played by both teams. And especially here in the last 10 minutes of the game. Both teams have heated up about as best they've done the whole tournament. And those moments that they've heated up have created havoc for other teams and not allowed them to get to the championship game. Noguera driving it up all the way to Strom. Strom now trying to get away in midfield, can't do it. West Coast putting it in towards the box. Making the save, Versio. Not in a hurry. In extra time here. Some players have been hurt in the game, so that it's extra time. Into the corner. Chasing after it is Strom. But Lobello gets there and kicks it out of play at a far side touchline. And that is the thing that West Coast, they've got to get the ball back quickly and get it downfield. But the Slammers say they don't. They say we can take time. We can run the clock out and win the championship. Into the corner.
Nice, Alex!
Peets switching into this side. A very smart play to Bono, but they lose it. And here's Zara Olsen. It's two players on two. Into the middle. Pass back to Olsen. No, and it doesn't get there. The Slammers get it out of play. Franco to throw it in. Felicia Franco to Barrett Bastard. Center ref knows now that it's close. Lobello, a long distance try. And Versio makes a save. Way up the field is the keeper, Jennifer Perry. Reducing the size of the field as she has to retreat back now. Olsen to the central. Nobody there. The wide side now. In the central again. They know how to waste the time. The foul, and it works against the Slammers. A free kick. West Coast can't waste any time. Amanda Lobello. Off the line drive, the header. Coming down. Can't do anything with it. There's Lobello reducing the size of the field again. Drives it toward the 18-yard box. Who's going to get it? It's the Slammers again. With a great defense. The 50-50 ball. They're not in a hurry, and they kick it away. Now on to it. Franco, here's Olsen, and they take her, dispossess her off the soccer ball. Beautiful play.
Pick it up.
And now here's Brown, into the corner, and a save by Versio. Versio didn't want to fool around in the 6-yard box, and she came off her line in a hurry to get to that soccer ball. To midfield. A whistle and a free kick. And retreating back again. The mindset to do it all, to keep nobody in the back of the net. And that is a thing that will be done by the Slammers. They win the championship. One of the greater games that you will see in the under 15 category, boys or girls, as both teams in the second half showing tremendous effort and determination. And a final score, 1 for the Slammers Football Club, nothing for West Coast FC. But both teams deserve to be in this championship game, and they showed why today. Slammers just having a little bit more, they find a way to win. And they will go on to Boise, Idaho, and we're an opportunity now to see what they can do in the rest of the nation and try and win a national title. Or the regional title, whichever the case may be. But I'm Greg Porter for George Landovan Video Sports Productions, saying we hope you enjoyed this one. I know Fox Sports Net did, and everybody here at the field. We'll get some comments from those who participated in the game today in just a moment. Stick with us. Greg Porter with George Landovan Video Sports Productions back here at the Nationals Cup here in San Juan Capistrano. The winners of this title game at the girls under 15 was the Slammers FC. They won 1-0, and I'm going to allow all the girls of the Slammers FC to mention how they felt about this tournament, any kind of other shout-outs, and we'll start with the first one here. Say your name, and each one of you guys say your names and talk a little bit about the game and your positions and stuff.
Okay, I'm Jasmine. I'm number 18. I play sleeper and kind of all over the field. But this was like the togetherness of this team. Everything that we just were together the whole entire tournament, and it was just wonderful to feel like have that feeling to win it for the team and for the club too.
Great, great.
Okay. I'm Kimberly, also known as Lily. I'm number 7. I play left mid, and I'm so proud of all these girls. We worked together, and it was fun. It was just like a feeling of relief that we finally won it all, and yeah, pretty proud of you all. Okay.
I'm Alex, number 9. I play center mid. I just want to thank all these girls because without you guys, I do not know what I would do. I love you guys with all my heart and could never be anywhere else. I'm Kylie. I'm number 10, and I play right back. And I'm so happy for our team and for these girls. We worked so hard to achieve this, and I'm really happy that we're here.
I'm Kat. I'm number 4. I play center mid. And I just think we worked so hard that we deserve to win this. Kat.
Okay. My name's Selena. They call me Belle. I'm number 8, and it was an incredible game that we've all worked our butts off for 3 days a week, which is very hard. Fitness every day. Well, yeah. Yes. Here's Ariel.
Hi, I'm Ariel. I'm number 14. I play right mid. I think this was our game. This is our year. This is our hard work all put together, and I think we really wanted it, and happy Mother's Day too. So. Dang it.
I'm Lindsay, I'm number 1, and it's my first season with this team, and I'm really glad I got to share this wonderful experience with you all. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Mariah. I'm number 16. I play center mid. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I think this whole tournament we just dominated, and we put on the high pressure, and that's what broke the teams, and we finally came together, and we're just representing our team and our club, and we're going all the way.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm 13. I play forward. And this was our year. We worked our butts off for this, and thank you, Ed, wherever you are, because you helped us a lot, and this is ours. So congrats, you guys.
I'm Sam, and I'm number 11. I play forward, and I think that we deserve this, and this is our year, and I love everyone on this team.
I'm Kylie. I'm right mid, and and sleeper, and I just want to say this team, we've been through so much together and year after year, and this year, you know, we put through the heart, we weren't going down, and it's just heart and soul on this team, and this is for Helen up above, and God, thank you, and I love this team.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm number 2, and we are a team. This team is just whole, and that's why we won. Happy Mother's Day.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm number 5. I play forward. I just think we deserved it. We worked hard. This is our year, and it feels good to win.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, number 3, and I play left back. And we all deserve this, and this team is one team and one heartbeat, and we played as one heartbeat, and we deserve it.
Hi, I'm Jaden, number 12. I just want to say that when everybody's saying we're a team, we mean that we finally become a family. We're all one now, and this just completes it. So, thanks.
Hi, I'm Mary. I'm number 17. I'm the stopper. I'm so excited that we finally won it after like 3 years of being in semis and finals and always losing in a very unfortunate loss. I'm so excited for this. In regionals, we're going to go and we're going to kick some butt. I'm just thankful that God was with us all the way through all 7 games, and He blessed our team with this amazing win.
Hey, I'm Darian, the keeper, and I'd just like to say that our defense was amazing. We went shutouts all 7 games, no goals, the whole thing, and that has to be pretty impressive because that shows a lot of heart and all that stuff. And I love you guys. Peace.
Darian, you hurt yourself in the game. Are you okay?
No. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Especially now after you won a championship.
Oh, of course. It's all worth it in the end.
Okay. Well, girls, thank you very much. And I know your parents enjoyed this whole tournament. And one shout out for the coach. You can all say it together for the coaches.
And George! Yeah, George. And I'd also like to thank Helen Young because that goal was for her. It was all for her. We love you.
Tournament was.
I'm Greg Porter for George Landman Video Sports Productions, saying that the tournament handouts of the trophies are about ready to be next, and you'll be able to see that. Take care, God bless, and save this one on the hard drive. Over to the trophy stand.
Is being TV driven, and that's why there's delays and things like that. Everything is being run by Fox Sports, and we're at their mercy right now. So we apologize to both West Coast and the Slammers for the delay, but it's TV, ladies. So, yeah. All right. So that's why we're in a holding pattern right now. And first of all, on behalf of Cal South, we want to, number one, congratulate both West Coast FC and Slammers FC for being the 2 teams that played for the girls' 15 national championship today. It's a tremendous accomplishment, ladies. Everybody associated with these 2 teams is awfully proud of you. Second thing we want to do, and I know the girls want to do this, is that we want to extend a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers from West Coast FC and Slammers FC. From our standpoint, it was a tremendous game, and we want to have the finalists in the girls' 15 championship tournament, and Platini come up on stage, West Coast FC. We want to get everybody on stage, so get in tight, ladies. Okay, we have a special presenter for this age group, and we want to present to everyone the